Welcome to the weekly updates for week 2 for AP Stats. I think it's important for us to take a look at how all of chapter 1's learning is going to go. So it is going to encompass weeks 2, 3, and 4. We're starting week 2, so let's take a quick look at what we can expect for this week. This week you are going to have some optional practice to do, and again I recommend that you look at the problems in your note packet and then pull up the answers online and check your work. And then you do have a homework quiz to submit. Tuesday, you're going to have a similar type of stuff. Again, some practice, a homework quiz, but you're also going to have some stats uploads. This one here, I do want you to take a picture of your work for letters E and F and upload that so I can grade it. In addition to that, you have some actual AP stats multiple choice questions, so good luck with those. Wednesday, we're going to have some uploads, some more optional practice, a quiz, and more AP multiple choice. Thursday, we're going to have an upload of picture work that you have to do, some optional practice, but we actually start out with an applet where I just have you do some investigative work and complete a discussion question. Now, Friday is different for two reasons. You're first going to have your first pacing score. Remember, there's going to be 12 pacing grades, one for each chapter. It will account for a total of 2% of your overall grade. So if you're always 1 week behind, you're going to get 0 points for this, and your grade will automatically go down by 2%. To maintain your grade, you want to try to stay on your pacing. So what it works, for Friday, we're going to do some free responses. And you're going to start off by trying to do read a free response and just do an initial write-up. Type what you think the answer is. Don't worry about if it's correct or not because it's not graded. Then you're going to actually go into two different students' write-ups for that same free response you just typed an answer for. I want you to grade them on what you think the AP board would give them. Would they give them a 4, 3, 2, or 1? Do that for two different write-ups. Then after that, you're going to actually see the true answer key, so read it and see how it went. Again, this is just more subjective. Then you're going to wrap up the day. I'm going to give you a brand new free response. I want you to print that free response out, write up your answer, take a picture of it, and upload it. I will then grade it out of the 4, 3, 2, 1 scoring criteria and give you the points accordingly. You will have one opportunity to redo this problem and upload it for a second score, but you will have to do a free response reflection on your initial write-up. So week 2 has a little bit of everything in there, so really good exposure to how the class typically works. We're then going to go into week 3, and it looks like we're going to section 1.3 over 2 days. And then when Wednesday hits, you're going to have a second free response. Now this free response, you don't do an initial write-up like we did on Friday and critiques. I'm just going to give you one free response, print it out, submit your answer, and I'll grade it. Again, you'll have one chance to re-upload and redo the work for that. We're then going to jump into Thursday on the 20th, and there's a review assignment. This review assignment is in your note packet. I highly recommend you do the multiple choice questions and the free response in your note packet, and then come on here and submit your answers and basically get them graded right away. The free response answers aren't in there in detail, but please let me know if you have any specific questions to those answers. On Friday is kind of a prep day for you to get ready for your test. I don't always have this second kind of prep day, but on here, feel free to please use the question board if you have any questions on the review from Thursday, or really use the question board at any time during the chapter learning. You're then going to notice that the due date for our first test is Monday. This is a 10-question multiple choice test where you will have two choices to pick your answers. Your first answer that you give me is worth 100% of that point. If your second answer is correct, you will get half of the points for that problem. I'm trying to give you partial credit. The due date then for the free response test, which is about 3 to 4 questions, is going to be on Tuesday. And remember from my introductory video, our tests, you have a 1 week to get to the deadline. Once you hit the deadline, the test is worth 0 points and it cannot be made up. This multiple choice test therefore has its deadline the following Monday. This free response is the following Tuesday, and tests must be done by that day. Please let me know if you have any questions as you're going through this Chapter 1 learning. Again, feel free to move ahead if you want to, but you're not required to. If you're behind pace, you have about a 1 week window to stay behind pace. But I do encourage you to try to keep on pace with this course. If you do, you will find that the learning process will be easier for you, and I suspect it will ultimately help you do better on your final exam in May. I hope you find that the course has been going well. Have a great week.